Hello, Klaus here, and welcome back to yet another video here at the channel. So Blackmagic just released the public beta for DaVinci Resolve 21, and we have a new tab, a dedicated photo tab, so you can actually edit your photos, I guess. It's not like you would edit in Photoshop, but more like how you would edit your raw footage in Lightroom. So maybe if you're doing a lot of editing in Lightroom and you are a little bit tired about Adobe, you might want to have a look into this. Anyway, this is what we're going to do in this video. We're going to have a look into the new tab in DaVinci Resolve. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Okay, so here we are in DaVinci Resolve, and let's have a look at this new tab, the Photo tab. So I have in here 3 photos. These were just shot on the Blackmagic camera. It's just a still, so it's a raw format. So just to see how it is. But I have 3 not very interesting pictures, but 3 pictures. So I'm just going to take one of those and I'm just going to drag that down here. So now I have this inside of the editor. And, you know, this is, again, shot on the Blackmagic Cinema camera 6K, and the ISO and all of this information is right here. So first off, we can go into the RAW tab up here. And in the RAW tab, we have, like, we can change everything like we would be able to do if we had shot in RAW in a video format. So we can go in and change the exposure. I'm going to take the exposure a little bit down, change the saturation, the contrast, maybe something like that, the midpoint. There we go. And then we could go in and change the black and white levels. So let's say we want it to be more like this, and like that. And I mean, the raw settings work pretty much like normal. If you do not have a raw photo, you are not able to actually select the raw, obviously enough. Then we have a bunch of settings here into the photo. So for instance, a source transform, which just means that we can transform the size of our image, the position of our image, and all of this thing. We also have a source cropping, so we can crop it from the left, the right, whatever we want. Maybe we want something like this. I will leave it as it is, something like that. Okay, source look, we have a look, so we can go into different looks that's built in. So if I just click one here, it will actually do something. For now, I'm just going to go back to the original. We have a adjustment here, so we can go in and change the temperature and the tint. We can also use auto balance. So let's try that. There we go. Maybe it's a little to the colorful side. Again, and the photo is not really in focus either, so it's not helping that much. But anyways, for this tutorial, that will be just fine. So we can also toggle off our adjustments so we can see before and after. We have again, we can go in and change everything in the contrast and stuff like that. Really, we can do a lot of things here. I'm not going to go too much in depth with that. Then we have down here, we can do different versions of the same picture. I only have one version. So we can go in here and we can make this a good take. We can make it untagged, which it is right now. It's also highlighted like that. Or we can reject this photo as a bad photo, or we can give it like a star rating, something like that. I think this is mediocre, so maybe I'll give this a 2-star rating. I can also go in here and I can change some color, so it's easier to find. You can see the color here is up here. So this is all cool and all, right? We also have like an effects tab, and I can't go into the effects tab because I don't have any effects on. But if we go up to the effects here, we have all these effects which can be used. So we could do like a vignette on the photo, for instance. So I'm just going to drag a vignette on like that. And then we could change the size of the vignette and all these things like you normally would be able to do. And the softness, maybe we do something like this. Cool. That's one thing. Another thing you could do, you could actually do all these corrections like I showed you in the photo tab here with all of these things. You have a scope, a histogram you can look, you can change that as well into like waveforms if you want that or something. Rates, doesn't really matter. However, you could also go into the world's greatest color grading tool, into the color tab. And in the color tab, you can just add in a new note. We can use the color tab, like taking out the colors, do whatever, all the tools you would normally use in the color tab you can use on photo, which make me think that if I go up here and I use the ultra sharpen tool on this photo, we might be able to get it a little more in focus. And that's a little too much, something like that. Sure, you can kind of use that. I think this is having a bit of a problem up here because I am using the vignette effect. So if I actually went back to the photo tab, went into my effects, and I took off the vignette, I think that would actually disappear. So I'll go back to the color tab, and instead I would just put the vignette here. There we go. So now it's not going to put that extra sharpening on top of the effect. So do all the basic photo editing in the photo page and do more advanced stuff in the color page. And when you're done, you could easily just go up to the quick export and export this out as a JPEG, PNG, HEVC, or a TIFF. And then you could go in and do, if you have a lot of pictures, you can do like the entire picture and also resolution, all of this stuff you can do here. So that was the first look at this tool that Blackmagic just provided in DaVinci Resolve 21. Right now it's in beta, and I really think that over time they are going to make a lot of things in this photo application as well. Anyway, I do hope you found this little video useful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share it with your friends if you think it would help them out. And if you want to be notified every time there is another video here at the channel, please hit that bell icon down in the corner. Until next time, keep filming, keep learning, and keep sharing.